Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Girona midfielder Oriol Romeu, as the 31-year-old Spanish midfielder is reportedly excited about the potential transfer to Barcelona. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about our president, Joan Laporta, who have recently spoken about Vitor Roque, Xavi, Barca transfers, Pedri, Fati, De Jong, Goulart, and so on and so forth. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a like and please watch the video right up to the very end. With Barcelona still looking for a pivot midfielder in this transfer market, they have narrowed their search to Oriol Romeu after ruling out moves for Martin Zubimendi, Joshua Kimmich, and Marcelo Brozovic. The Girona midfielder is someone that knows the Barcelona system well, having come through the ranks at the club and even made two senior appearances. The 31-year-old has accrued a lot of top-level experience during his time in England, and Barca are ready to make a move for him, even though there are some doubters within the club about the operation. Now, Tony Gianmarti is reporting that Romeu himself is excited about the possibility of being a Barcelona player once again after having not gotten a chance to make it big during his first stint at the club. As mentioned earlier, Romeu does not generate total consensus at Barcelona, with several people in the club believing that the club could look at options from within, such as Nico Gonzalez, or using the likes of Frankie de Jong and Ilkay Gundogan in the deep midfield position. But as things stand, the Catalans appear to be going after his signing, and Romeu, for his part, seems excited about the possibility of moving back to his boyhood club. Girona are understood to be unaware of Barcelona's plans for Romeu, despite some reports suggested that the talks are progressing and they do not intend to lose their ace midfielder this summer. There have been talks of Romeu's contract containing a €10 million release clause. While Joan Martin does not confirm the exact amount, he reports that the clause is greater than €6 million, and Girona will only consider a sale if that amount is met and will not be reduced even if the player is offered. With Xavi keen on having Romeu sign up before the pre-season, the next week will be crucial in the pursuit. Of course, Oriol Romeu still continues to be strongly linked to Barcelona as Barca search for a new DM to replace Busquets. Of course, the links to Oriol Romeu have become more stronger, especially after Barca finally lost on the race for Marcelo Brozovic, who is heading to Saudi Arabia to play for Al Nassr. Of course, Oriol Romeu is a former player at Barca. He played for La Masia, but he featured just 2 times for the senior team before leaving to England, where he spent most of his career playing there for 10 years. And now he is linked to a return. He is 31 years old, and one thing is, within the Barca offices, many people don't want Barca to go for him, but Xavi and his coaching staff are insisting that he is a player who can make the difference. Others are of the idea that why not go for Nico Gonzalez or even go for Frankie de Jong, who is also a DM from the word go in his career. But Xavi says no. Xavi says for him, Frankie de Jong is not the type of DM he wants. Frankie de Jong is a more box-to-box and stuff like that. But honestly, I think Xavi is making a lot out of nothing, because we have players like Frankisi, we have Ilkay Gundogan. Because now, to be honest, if they sign that new DM, Frankisi will be sold. And it's not like Frankisi is a bad player, for crying out loud. I think Frankisi is a player that Barca can still keep, and he will make a difference. This is a guy who was just signed last summer as a free agent. But the way things are going, Barca just want to ship him out because Xavi wants to add another new midfielder. And if you look at players like Oriol Romeu, his physicality, he's so strong and big. Frankisi is also a physical player. So what big difference does that make? And Frankisi is above him. Like in the sense of many big teams will better go for Frankisi than Oriol Romeu, to be honest. But Xavi wants to sell that one and bring another physical player down his level. So what sense does that make? It makes no sense. Xavi is trying to, I don't know, because he was a former midfielder himself, he just wants to make as if everything should be about midfield in Barca. Because the transfer window, it seems as though we'll buy only midfielders. To the extent where Xavi will say, for him, right back shouldn't, is not a top priority until he's done with his midfield before he can even consider, if and only if there is space, by the way, to consider a new right back before the club can go for a right back. Like, that doesn't sound well for me. I think a right back should be prioritized. It should be. It should be prioritized. But so far, things are still there the way it is. Not, no matter what I say, it won't change what Javi have decided. Oriol Romeu continues to be very close to Barca, as reports are saying that Barcelona are optimistic, and of course, the 31-year-old Spanish midfielder is really excited about a potential transfer to Barca, his former club where he grew up as a player. He trained there in La Masia, and of course, he's really eyeing the prospect of returning. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, speaking during a recent interview with TV3 lately, Barca president Laporta made some very intriguing claims, of course, let me say statements, and gave insight into the club's plans heading into the window. One of the main targets Barca was really considering resigning was Messi. While it appeared that the stars were aligning for Messi's return, ultimately it did not work out for Messi. He instead went to Inter Miami. Laporta said Messi wanted to return to Barca. He had every very tough period in Paris. His father told me he didn't want to have this pressure. We, the Colas, respect Messi a lot, and I hope that he does well there. Then, talking about possible tribute for Messi, he said Barca will always be his home. I met with them to make a tribute. The opening day of Spotify Camp Nou sounds like an excellent date. Then, on the decision of letting Messi go 2 years ago, he said, these are decisions that you have to make as president. Barca is above all, but you also have a footballing spirit, and I have known it since I was a kid. I had to put institutions above all, but that left me sad. He also said the priority objective was the league for the Barca first team this past season, and it was achieved with authority. The Barca Supremo also touched about Barca's efforts to sign Vitor Roque, confirming that operations was progressing. He said work is in progress currently. On the matter of Xavi's new contract, he said, when the time comes, we will talk. First, there are priorities, and Xavi himself understands. We'll talk calmly, but we want him to continue as our coach. I'm convinced that Xavi will go further. We haven't set a date yet. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.